So, hi everybody. Do you ever just think, hey, I want to make something really funky and weird that nobody else has? Because I'm a crazy person who does that and thinks, I want something funky. So, what I thought about was, how about pearls and copper? And I'm sure people have mixed pearls and copper before. But, anyway, I thought, because I had made that purple nugget set, how cool would it be to make a, like a pendant, kind of, out of the pearls, to kind of make it so that they're more interesting. So I have this piece of wire. It is approximately 24 inches. I have no idea what gauge it is because everything was off a spool. And so I don't have the spool information anymore. So there's that. I'm going to do this the wrong way. I'm just going to clamp the end down. Okay. So I'm going to start by just twisting. And this is kind of hard. To do when you don't have the right pliers. Anyway, it'll be fine. Because, your fingers kind of hurt when you do this. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to hold it with not my tweezers because I don't want to ruin them. Dang it. Where are my other... I don't know where my other pliers are. I'm just going to use these. Okay, so anyway, you just twist. And you twist here. You don't twist at the... I know it doesn't make sense to do it this way, maybe. You don't twist here. Because if you do, it'll come not even. So you want to twist here, you want to spread them, you want to kind of pinch them as you go and twist both wires at the same time. Because if you do it any other way, it's not going to end up looking twisted. So this one I did. Just kind of one of those beads from the Big Boss bag I got that I probably never would have bought, because that was the whole point, was to have some stuff that, materials that I just normally wouldn't see myself using. And the whole, like the funness of trying something different. Anyway, so I took a jasper bead that I had gotten, and it was just a bead. It had a hole in it, and I wire wrapped it with some copper wire that I twisted. This is the back side, you can see. And then I made the bell, and it's kind of like, if you put it on a necklace, it would kind of be off kilter just a tad, but that's okay. It's not laying flat because of the way the wire is in the back, but honestly, that doesn't matter, because, I mean, when it's on your body, yeah. Anyway, still doing this. Still twisting. Still twisting. And you probably shouldn't be using your round pliers for this. You should probably be using other pliers for this, but these are the pliers that I had. Out. So, and I got out some of my supplies, not all of them, because you know, I'm so prepared. You know, before I start filming, I just get everything ready. And the only reason I even have my copper wire out right now is because I was using my copper wire as beading needles for my pearls. And then I got distracted, because that's what I do. I get very distracted and I just go off on different projects, which I shouldn't do. I should finish some, but I don't, and that's okay. Because I think sometimes, you know, when you're in the middle of something and you think of something, you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to try that. And maybe I should have a book of I've got to tries, because I've had plenty of ideas of stuff I've wanted to do and I've just never finished them. And then I have a bunch of unfinished projects that I've just never finished. So, for example, where's that? Where did I do that? Okay, here it is. Like, this, I never finished it. Because that's how I am. And that would be really pretty finished, but I've just never finished it. So, you know, I did this much, and then I think, you know, my wire broke on one of the ends or something, and I just got frustrated and was like, well then, whatever. But it's supposed to be a bracelet, but it's not quite big enough. I'm gonna have to make a clasp. Anyway, it's a Viking wire weaving. So this is all just like one piece of copper that I made into something. And this would be really pretty as like a bezel around a stone or something. Yeah. Anyway, I made this. And I made this with just twisted like this too. And it's easier if you have like something holding it when you're twisting. Those I twisted on the bead, but that is not happening here. And occasionally you get one where you're like, I don't like that twist. It's okay. Because you know what? You're going to be seeing like a whole thing. So it's fine if occasionally you get a twist that wasn't great. You can just go back in and twist it tighter and just keep twisting. Just keep twisting. Part of the reason this is going hard is because that is not, this isn't a good gripper. And I don't want to, I don't want to use my other tools because, you know, I'd have to dig around for them. And I know I have other tools. These were the ones that I brought out. Okay, copper wire. copper wire. So then we're gonna twist and twist all the way to the end. And I realize this is boring. But you know what? When you're making something, like, I watch these YouTube videos and like, it's like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, they do things and they edit it out and they speed it up. And, you know, they do not make a realistic show of how long stuff takes to make. Stuff takes a while. Anyway, I wanted it to be big enough to fit over 2 pearls. So I don't know how big of a loop that is, but that's a pretty big loop. This isn't quite round, but I'm going to use this as my, actually, I need to do a little more. There we go. And then I'm going to twist. It's okay. It's going to look ugly for a minute. It's okay. It's okay. We're not worried about how ugly this is right now, because this is going to look ugly. Everything in the process of when you're actually making something, if you come in, sometimes it's like, oh my God, that is awful looking. And you're right, it will be awful looking. Okay. Okay, so we've got that loop. It is definitely big enough to fit over 2 strands of pearls. Okay, now we're going to go over here. I'm going to do the same thing. Trying to, there we go. There we go. And this probably, like I said, everything looks horrible when you're doing it. So don't freak out, because it's like, it's a process, okay? It's the process. Okay. Now this, again, they're same. They should be about the same. Okay. Now, and now I am going to take this pick, this awl thing, and yep. It's okay. This is all gonna be fine. I promise. And so you see how I'm squishing it a little bit, but that's okay, because this is malleable. And I'm making sure, here's where it ends, a consistent bar. And you could probably do this on something else. Anything that's a straight. Anything that's a straight that you can get it off of. Okay. So, there we go. Now we have our crazy loops. And then oh, this is fun. I can't show what I'm doing. Okay. I see. Ah. So I am going to squish it down. Okay. And we've got our wiggles that are mostly about the same size wiggles. And again, I'm not at all concerned with if it looks perfect or anything. I am just tacking down the wire edges here to make sure that they're more flush, because I do want them to be at least more flush, because I am going to come in with more wire. Okay. And I am concerned that this may not be enough, but I'm hoping it is. If it's not enough wire, I will figure something else out. Okay, so I have 2 wires here. Sorry, I'm untwisting them because I had them stored badly. I have this one that's really thin, and this one which is about the same size as that. So I am going to double check, because I want to use... Come on, unwrap. Actually, is that thicker than this wire? No, that's the same. It's very thin. Okay, so I have this one, and I'm going to check to see if I can actually get the pearls on this. I might be able to, I might not. Oh, barely. Nope. There's like a little twist and it won't go. So let me double check. Maybe that might be better though. Okay, that actually does work. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out. Okay, I'm gonna put my pearls back. Now, these were the reject pearls and or leftover pearls. So some of them were rejects and some of them were not. Okay, so that one's okay. I know that there was like 1 or 2 where I was like, oh no. Oh, like this one. See? It's a cultured pearl, so it's got like a yucky kind of like finish scratch type deal. And some of them I just didn't use because the pearl like wasn't right. Those 2 are not going to be used. Okay, so that one's fine. That one's fine. I think I pulled this one out because I thought it looked more like a rice as opposed to a nugget. Okay. When you're going through your pearls, you do want to actually like examine them to make sure they're not scratched or there's nothing weird on them. So this one I'm going to put over here just because it doesn't look like the rest of them. See, like this one I pulled out too because like they're too perfectly smooth. Which they don't have like the nuggety texture that I wanted. Okay, that's fine. So I pulled them out because I was like, I could maybe use those for earrings or something. That one has a nice nuggety texture. That one does not. So when I was picking out the ones for and like this one, you can see why I rejected it. You can see it is like the holes like funky. So, and I just kind of pushed them off to the side and then didn't, pull them out. Okay, I don't know how many pearls I want. Let me get a few more. And I am trying to make sure the colors are mishmashed. Ooh. Okay. Again. Ooh. I probably should have done this beforehand. Oh well. Let me make sure that this is not tangled. Untangle, untangle, untangle. And straighten. And I am just using my nail to straighten it. Nothing exciting. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing a little line here. And then I'm just holding it. Again, if I had the right pliers, I think I would be better off. Okay. So what I've done is I put that little end here because we're gonna do a couple of wire wraps around right here at the base. And just like pulling as tight as I can. Which is apparently not as tight as I would like. Okay. Then I'm just gonna squish. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I'm an idiot. I've got to do the whole wire because the beads are going to obviously come from the other end. Hello. And I'm not going to use all this wire. I don't know why I have such a long wire. I should cut it off, but I'm just going to use the whole wire right now. Okay, I'm going to go in, grab a bead. I should have picked differently. Okay, come on, bead. Ah, barely. That barely wants to fit. Okay. Ooh. Anywhere there's like a slight bump, that pearl just is like, nope. Okay. So I am gonna, oh man. There we go. I'm gonna pull it down. And then I'm going to come up here, wherever I'm at in the design, I'm going to wrap once, pulling it kind of tight, grabbing another pearl, ooh, oh my goodness, I thought the pearl was going to fall off. Okay. I'm just coming in here and kind of bending the loops. is a little less curvy. It's fine. It's freeform. And then I'm going through and like that. Pulling it. There we go. Just making sure that it's floating out here enough that it's not blocking. Just putting the next bead on. Oh, come on, wire. This is so much fun. Okay, I might pull this one out just a tad. Okay, there we go. And again, twisting around. And then again over here. And again, I'm trying to pull it out, not like super, but like enough where it's got a little room to do some wiggling. Like I would like it if they all kind of wiggled a little, but that's okay if they don't. Like if some of them don't wiggle all that much, but I would like a little wiggle play because I think it would look better if they had some wiggle to them. Next pearl. Ooh, oh my. This is not a tutorial. This is just you watching me make stuff. Because if it was a tutorial, it would be the worst tutorial ever. Okay, so again, I'm trying to just bump my wire out a little bit so that it's got a little spin. And then I'm just gonna come and I'm gonna twist it around. And none of this is knotted, none of this is strung through, so it can, in theory, you know, you can like go through and like adjust a little here and there. Okay, so. You know what? As I'm looking at this, wouldn't that be beautiful as a bracelet? Like to do a bracelet like this? I mean, obviously not with these big things, but just, you know, the same kind of concept, you know, because I'm gonna pull this out. I am gonna round the wire a little and then put that pearl back. Maybe that would help a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. And then we're gonna go over here. And, oh, nope, it's a little too high. And I'm gonna pull it tight. Okay, it's got some wiggle room. Some. You know, if I knew how to edit, I could actually edit it. And y'all wouldn't be watching me struggle bus the whole time. It would look much smoother. And if if I pre-planned a little better and like made a practice one before I actually just make one, I would have known that I really don't need this much wire. But that's not me. I like to struggle bus, apparently. There's like a little hitch here in the wire, like a little bend. So the pearl wasn't getting all the way there. Very good. We got it. We got it. And again, I'm just an at-home person doing some fun, doing some crazy stuff. I'm not a jewelry seller. This is just for fun. I am not trying to make tutorials because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just sharing my process. Kind of like when I paint. I'm like, you know what? Just do it. Just freaking do it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't have to be all like perfect and everything. Like, we all get hung up on like, you know, this like perfection stuff. And I am like, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. If things are exactly perfect, if you have fun, sometimes I think the process of making something is better than what you actually made because you were enjoying yourself, you know? Give yourself like some moments where you're just having fun. And since these are just the leftover pearls, I mean, what does it matter? I mean, hey, have some fun. Ooh, that was tight. This is very tight. Come on. Can I get her to... Come on. The thing with pearls is you do occasionally get some. You know what? This one is definitely not as fat as the rest of them. So I'm gonna kind of do that. Okay. Yeah. I'm just rearranging a little. And I'm only going to need 2 more pearls. So I'm going to go with this one. And see, look at that. It won't go on. Come on, little pearl. Come on. Nope. Try the other way. There we go. Why did it matter the other way? I don't know. Sometimes I think they're just... Some of them are drilled funny. Or they have like a catch or something. Yeah. Okay. And then we're gonna just do the little loop-de-loop. We got one more here. And yes, I know, I need to twist that better. It's fine. Because this is going to be covered up. And so then I'm going to definitely bend this pearl wire so that it comes in about lift it up a little. There we go. Because we want it to come in before the edges here, because I am wire wrapping and catching those edges, which actually I think this edge is the folded over edge, so that, yeah, it is, because I started on the edge over here that was not the yeah, you get me. Okay, so then just to mirror them, I am twisting here. And I'm getting near the end, so I am gonna, just for my own ease, chop the rest of this off, because I don't need to deal with that right now. Okay, so I've made 2 very loose loops. And then I'm going to put the end in there. In the loose loops. Well, hello. If I could bend it that way. There we go. I'm just showing y'all exactly nothing. I'm sure this is really hard to see. Okay, I'm trying. Okay, let's see. This loop, is it pushing down? Where's the end? Where's my end? I don't see my end. Okay, well, oh, there it is. Okay, for some reason, it's not going in like I want. It's like I don't know. Okay, come on. Come on, wire. Come out. Come out. I have no idea what's going on, but it is not coming out the other loops. It should be. Okay, let me try to bend it just a little more. Straighten it a little more. Okay. Because I'm getting... Okay. So we want to do 2 loops. 1, 2. Then we want to take this and bend it through those 2 loops. If I can get it. Come on. Come on, naughty wire. And I could probably do this easier if I had the right freaking pliers, but I don't. Come on. Oh my God, this is like the most epic fail. I can't get it through the wires. Come on. I'm sorry you guys are watching me struggle bus. Okay, I got it through one wire. That's okay. Come on. Normally this is easy. Normally you just like take your wire and you just kind of like push it down with your pliers and it goes through. It like literally just threads through. But for whatever reason, it is not threading through. Okay, so I'm undoing it just a tad. Okay, so this is tight. And then we leave it loose. Leave it loose. And then we take this little end and we twist it down. Come on, little end. And we feed it through. Maybe I cut it too short. Maybe I should have left it long. Because if this was long, I would have absolutely no issues threading it through. But I was like, I don't want to deal with the big long piece. And so now I'm struggle bussing. So, you know, there you go. Come on. In. Oh my goodness. I can't get it in. I cannot get it in. There it is. Oh, okay. Woo! Finally. Oh my goodness. This was lame. I have no idea why, like, I've just... Okay, and then you just pull it tight. That's all. You just pull it tight. And it should tighten up your loops here. And again, these are not the right pliers for this, but there you go. Okay. And then because it's under the wires, you can just clip it off right there. And then use your pliers to kind of squish it. And then you kind of wiggle around the other wires so they're on top so that nothing snags. It's nice and smooth. And then you take your hand and you feel everywhere and make sure you don't feel it. And I do not feel it. I feel nothing here. And just like over here, I don't feel where that one wire is tucked in here, where the wires are tucked, because this other wire is covering them. So, you know, you just kind of go through, make sure it's kind of tamped down. These are not the pliers to do it with. And there you go. Drama. Okay. So you might ask me what the hell I've just made. Because you're like, what? That makes no sense. Okay. So I made this long pearl necklace. And yes, I know, it's got silver. This is behind your hair. Nobody freaking knows what color dangle you have back there. Okay? Okay. So my thought was, if you wanted to wear this very long necklace that is like 30 inches, blah, 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 and you wanted to double it to a 15-inch necklace, one of the ways you could do that is by feeding this through. Obviously, you'll have to do it on your neck. Okay? Okay. We're good, right? Right, right. So you go to put it on, you wrap it around your neck, you thread this through. It's got a big freaking hole. Okay? So you're not going to have any issues. You won't struggle bus like I was struggle bussing. Okay. Put it through the other hole. There we go. Come back over here. We'll just clip it on. It's a spring ring clasp. There we go. And so if you have it on and it's a choker, I think I did. There we go. This will kind of just dangle. And yes, I thread it through funny. There we go. You won't have that problem when you're actually wearing it. But there you go. That's what it would look like. Just that. So when you're wearing it, you would have this like kind of cool like little pendant dangling thing as an extender. And that's what it would look like. There you go. So if you didn't want to wear it with that, obviously you don't have to wear it like that. So there you go. You could just wear it as a normal pearl necklace, but this would be kind of a cool, you know, big, chunky enhancer. I don't think it works as well when it's long like this, because obviously it would be like way down like that. It looks good. But for a choker, I think it would look good. And it gives you a way to, you know, play with your pearls differently. Here's the bracelet. And it obviously does not work with the bracelet. So there you go. I did at least show you that. Actually, I bet this is, those holes are so big, these, that I bet you could use it on even bigger pearl necklaces that are different colors. This looks horrible. There you go. But there you go. That looks horrible. That one. Oh, ah! How much of my destroyed craft room did you see? Another alternative you can do, because this is so long, with a pearl necklace, is you can come over here to where they're at, and you can twist them. So I've just twisted it, and that is at, I don't know how many inches. It's 12 plus 3. Okay, that's 15 inches. And then you could go through with it twisted. Go like this, drop it down, go over here. There we go. And then you can just come over here and clasp it on. Obviously, it would be easier with help. There we go. And so if you twisted it, so it wasn't like one individual chain. Okay, that would not look good if it was like that. But it's because it's metal, you can unround it. There you go. So you can kind of just pull it to however you want it to lay. So that's what it would look like. I think that would look really cute. I probably could have done these hoops smaller, but I really wanted to make sure that they fit. And yeah, could have probably made them smaller. I think if I did it in the future, I would definitely not use this. I would make them smaller because I really only needed to make them big enough to fit two. But there you go. So there's my little pearl enhancer. And because it was leftover beads and because it was copper that I had, the twisted copper that I had, I don't know how much the copper price is. Honestly, I don't, because I literally have not bought any in 9 or 10 years. So it's been that long. I have that much. So I have a bunch of copper wire that I have just like left over. So like I don't need to buy any. And I know if like this is a fair amount, but I have more too in a like a little coffee can. Like a little meth addict over here. Look at all my copper wire. But I think this would be fun because it has like, so I mean, it was leftover beads and the wire, and I don't know how much the wire costs, but I imagine that wasn't a lot of copper wire that I used. So maybe $1 worth of wire, so maybe like $1. So this would give like a completely different look, and I think it's fun. I think it's cool. I don't know if you could wear it with anything else. I mean, you could probably wear it with like a black ribbon. Do I have a black ribbon? What am I doing? Why am I still talking? I need to shut up. I don't think I have a black ribbon. No. The closest thing I have to a black ribbon is this. That's out. You know what I mean? And I mean, I guess you could, you know, again, if you have long enough hair, nobody sees this. And then you could just do like a little tie thing, because these cords are freaking everywhere. And I didn't measure, so I'm probably going to do it at the wrong thing. I didn't center before I decided to just go in here and randomly tie knots. And, you know, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the black cord. No. Here, let's try something else with the black cord. What if we did like that, tied it, oh gee, I can tie knots today. No, I can't. Oh, come on. How did that not tie into a knot? Okay. This isn't leather. This is like pleather. Just deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Okay. And there we go. And that actually is really cute and has a totally different vibe, because that looks more, like gothy. And leather would stay better than the pleather. The pleather doesn't hold well. And you could do something where you could, I mean, you know, if you own it, you could, and you could twist this part right here so it's not as round around a leather cord. So if you wanted to do it with leather, I actually think that would be really pretty. Like real leather, not this pleather crap. These little plastic pleather ones are horrible. But I've got like a ton of them too. Because again, at one time, I was making jewelry with my daughter, and she's 13 now, and I bought a bunch of junk when she was like much younger. So she couldn't put anything together. And when I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, you know, she was like 6 and she wanted to make jewelry. And it's like, what do you do when you have a 6-year-old who wants to make jewelry? Yeah. You know what I did? I bought those. And then I bought like a bunch of little charm findings and stuff. And then she could just, you know, when she wanted to make a necklace, all she had to do was grab a little hook and a charm, put it on there, and voila, she made her own necklace. So literally all she had to do was this, because, you know, 6-year-old. I would bend it open. She would put it on. Oh, wow, good job. And then Mommy would close it up with the pliers for her. Not these pliers, because these are the wrong pliers. But you get the idea. And then she would wear it and she would run around and be like, look everybody, I made a necklace. And yeah. And she made these for presents for like a zillion people too. So I'm sure there are like a bunch of people running around, teachers and things with these things. But I bought them on like eBay or someplace, and to buy 10 was the same price as buying like 100. I know, I shouldn't have bought 100, but now I have them. So what am I going to do? Use them eventually. And now she has them to play with. So there you go. That's what I made. I think it's kind of cute. It's different. And where's my other wire wrap? And there's my other wire wrapped one. I have to say this looks more homemade and this looks more like, you know, you could have potentially bought it somewhere. But, oh well, it is what it is. Bye.